I'm back. Hi. How did you like Chapter 1 of Junie B Jones is Captain Field Day? Chapter 1 is all about chatting. So let's see what Chapter 2 brings us. Chapter 2 is called Captain. That spells captain. And here's the illustration that we'll get to. I'm not sure what it means yet, but I want to show you before I read it and turn the page. That day at school, Room 9 was very excited. We kept laughing and jumping and giggling and shouting. Me and my bestest friend Grace and Lucille runned and skipped all over the room because we had to warm up our muscles for field day, that's why. All of a sudden, my teacher hollered our names. Lucille, Junie B, Grace, please take your seats right now. We stopped real fast. My teacher's name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs. And that's all. Yes, but we need to keep on skipping. So now I understand the illustration. That's Mrs. And she asked Junie B, Grace, and Lucille to please sit down. But they're just practicing for getting ready for the field day. I said, because Grace said we had to warm up our muscles for field day. If you don't warm up your muscles, your legs will get clams. Clamps, said Lucille. Cramps, said Grace. Mrs. smiled a little bit. You girls will have plenty of time to warm up outside. But right now, we have a very important job to do. Right now, we're going to pick a captain for field day. Just then, everyone got excited all over again. A boy named Meanie Jim waved his hand in my teacher's face. Me, pick me. I'll make a great captain. No, pick me, teacher, shouted another boy named Polly Allen Puffer. I'll be better than him. No, pick me. I'm the fastest runner in all of kindergarten, hollered that Grace. Mrs. sat down in her chair. She crossed her arms and waited for the yelling to stop. I hurried to her desk speedy quick. Mrs., guess what? I did not shout just then. Did you hear me, huh? Did you hear me not shouting? I was the only one in the whole room who didn't shout, I believe. I pulled on her sleeve. Maybe you should reward me for that behavior, huh, Mrs.? What do you think? Maybe you should make me the captain of field day, because that would teach the other children a good lesson, probably. Mrs. stood up. She walked me back to my table, and she pointed her finger at me. Sit, she said. Stay, she said. After that, she went back to her desk, and she held up a little basket. Boys and girls, please listen carefully. In this basket, there are 18 folded slips of paper. 17 of the papers are blank. But one of the papers has the word captain written on it. Whoever picks that one will be the captain of our field day team. After that, Mrs. carried the basket all around the room. She stopped at every table and she let all of the children pick a piece of paper. Keep your papers folded until everyone has chosen. We'll all open our papers together. Oh. My stomach felt nervous and jumpy inside because I didn't want anyone else to pick the captain paper, of course, just me. When Mrs. got to my table, my heart was pumping very much. She held up the basket for me to pick. I reached in real careful and I digged all around. Mrs. tapped her foot. Please, Junie B, just pick one, okay? Yeah, but I don't think my fingers have touched the right paper yet. I'm waiting to get the right vibes. Vibes. It's short for vibration, said Mrs. Whatever. Then I digged some more. For the love of Pete, just pick one, said Mrs. After that, I quick picked a teensy paper from the basket. Then I waited at my seat very patient until all the rest of the children picked their paper. Mrs. said, okay, everyone, when I count to 3, you open up your papers. Oh, goodness, I'm nervous. 1, 2, 3. Here's the picture of Junie B. She's opening her paper. I can't tell by her face. Is it blank? Or does it have letters written on it that says Captain? I opened mine up. Then I did a... 'Cause I saw letters, that's why. Mrs., look, my paper has letters on it. It is the word captain, I think. I zoomed to the front of the room to show her, and guess what? She said I was right. I skipped around in a circle. Hooray, I am it, people. I am Captain Field Day. After that, I laughed and danced and clapped. Only what do you know? Nobody else clapped with me. Maybe they were a little sad that they didn't get the piece of paper that said CAPTA. captain. Well, that's exciting news for Junie B. But that's the end of the chapter. Stay tuned. Tomorrow will be chapter 3. I'll give you a little hint on the title of the chapter. Capes and Lightning. Bye-bye.